I think with the regular group on Zoom, so all a regular group there. But do say hello still. Do let us know where you're joining in from. I'll just pop you on mute there as well on the Zoom call. Fantastic. And welcome for those who are just finding the Facebook video now as well. Welcome everybody. I'm just getting it set up on here so that I see the comments, so I can see when you're joining. Do say hello. Do send a bubble up with one of the pictures. Choose whichever one you want to go for, and yeah, join in on the comment section. Just let us know where you're joining in from.
Can't hear what you're saying.
I'm being told I'm on mute still on the. There we go. Can you hear me now on the Zoom? Give us a wave if you can hear me on the Zoom there. Yeah, excellent. Is that better, everybody? I know there's in the comments there some people couldn't hear. Ah, fantastic. Merry Meet from Watford. Hello from Whitby. Brilliant. People are just joining in on the Facebook Live as well. Others joining in from Norfolk. And from Austria, from Vienna. How lovely. Really, really lovely to have you on here this evening. Excellent. And just a few more people joining on the Zoom call as well. Hello there in Deal in London. Wonderful. As you know, I'm joining in here from Canterbury. This is the end of the month, so this would be when our local Ashford drumming circle would be. And we're connecting in on the online drumming circle and connecting with the wider circle again. Once again, and continuing probably or definitely over the next few months with the two online drumming circles here on the Heron Drums page. Hello all the others who are just joining on from Enville. Do let us know, those of you who are joining on Zoom as well. Say hello again, and just in case people haven't messaged kind of or haven't seen each other before or kind of joined on here before, let us know where you're joining in from. Yeah, so everybody joining in with your drums, or with, as we say, you know, joining in with that drum that's beating in our chests, joining in with that open heart. For this evening, and this at the end of October here, is our evening for our closest drumming circle, and so our drumming circle to honour the celebration of Samhain, the celebration of the ancestors. And that's going to be very much the focus this evening in the rounds of drumming. And with the songs and prayers that we're going to be weaving into the circle this evening. So some more people joining in from the Wirral, from Shrewsbury. Rosa's first time on here, fantastic, great to have you joining us. Regular friends from Gisborough, great to see you. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So we're just past 7 o'clock. I'll just give it a couple more minutes. It's just got some people arriving here on the Zoom call. And yeah, people just finding the notification on Facebook. Others joining from Denmark, from Edinburgh. Wonderful, welcome everybody. As people are just finding the video for the online drumming tonight, if you could help out just by sharing the link that you've got there for the online video, whether that be on your wall, or if you found out about this in a group. There's a number of different kind of UK and international groups that I've previously shared this on. If you found out about the drumming circles in that group, do please share the link back to there, just because it helps other people who might have seen it but not kind of, you know, trace where the link goes to previously. Just be able to join in with the drumming circle here tonight. Others joining in from Wales. A message of loving the leaves. Yes, I mentioned kind of, you know, probably a couple of drumming circles ago when I put all this together. These would all be part of the decorations that I put up in an autumn retreat and that I've held previously in the autumn. And so it's nice to get them out and actually bring the decorations out and about the place right now. Hello there, joining in from Kerry Island. Oh, hello there on the video. Hello there. So joining in from Aberdeenshire. Sarah's not sure how to get the picture up on Zoom. I can send a thing to you. Or you might hear in the background, you might hear Heidi, a distant bark downstairs. This time of year, it's darker out on the streets, so we're not kind of getting people cycling up and down and things like that normally set her off with a bit of barking. But unfortunately, we've had a couple of fireworks going off and around early evening, so she's a little bit on edge at the moment, so she may run up here in a little while, but she may be checking on what's going on outside the window. So if you hear the distant sound of Heidi, that's all that is. I welcome other friends who are joining on now from Lille. Brilliant. We're just got Debbie arriving now as well. Superb. Okay, so this evening is our regular get together, our regular almost fortnightly, twice a month get together to join in this much wider circle than we would normally be able to regularly get together in when we were having the in-person groups. And we join with the drum, but also on that heart level with this wider circle which goes all around the country, and as I've kind of mentioned, with all those people joining in from overseas, around the world, around the continent and around the world. And we've been holding these circles and these spaces here throughout the year since March. The spring equinox was the first one that we did, and they've been pretty much fortnightly, apart from a little blip in September. They've been pretty much fortnightly ever since, and we've had the this space on Zoom and the space on the video here. Tonight, as this is our closest evening to the celebration of Samhain, this will be our evening where we mark the celebration of Samhain, where we honour the ancestors through the calling of the drums, through the prayers that we weave into the drumming that we do on this level and on this level. And yeah, there is a song as well that we'll be kind of finishing on at the end of the evening. The one we didn't do earlier on in the month. We've got that to finish with tonight. So I just need to make sure I've got the sound correct on Zoom. Wonderful. Let's settle in together and just get ready for the evening. I'm going to change the lighting over. I didn't get this ready beforehand, but let's go into the moody evening lighting. We're going into the winter. Let's embrace the darkness of this season and yeah, have the lights down just that little bit more as we centre and ground for this evening. And we're doing these things online. I see people on Zoom just kind of arriving and getting ready. I see people on Facebook just starting to tune in. We may not have even left the room that we were in previously, and when we go from one thing to another, especially as we dive into and begin this connected work, it's good just to take a moment just to separate ourselves space and energy wise from what we've been doing before, and just centre ourselves into our body, centre ourselves within ourselves, so that we can start this evening from that centred place, from that grounded place. So for all of you, I just want to invite you just to take a moment to bring your attention to your breath. And there's no need to change it or do anything fancy with it. Just take a moment just to acknowledge your breath and just to ground and centre with it. And just feel that breath filling your body. And as we take a few grounding breaths, just take that breath just a little bit deeper, even if you can, right down to your belly, as if you're inflating a balloon in your belly as you breathe in. Just to really inhale deeply. Those deep grounding breaths to breathe our energy and awareness right into our bodies. And however you're sitting now, just as you're grounding yourself a bit more in your body, if you need to just change your position so you're a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more balanced, maybe with your feet on the floor a bit more. Maybe there's something you can do in shuffling your position that just makes you that little bit more comfortable, that 1% more comfortable. And if you work with visualizations, if visualizations help you, take a moment just to visualize as you breathe, visualize those roots going out of your feet. That root energy, it goes all the way down your legs, down past your knees and your ankles and out through your feet. See those roots going out, down into the earth. Down through the ground and through the soil. If you're upstairs in whatever place that you're in, do see that connection right down through to the ground beneath you. Going all the way down into the earth. And I'm going to, as well, light some ceremonial smudge incenses. And if you've got some at home, as usual, it's a good time it's helpful there at the start of the evening, just to help you ground and centre, and just to work with and invite those plant spirits to help you in grounding, help you in centering, help clearing away any of the busyness and stress of the day. All of the busyness and stress of what you might have been doing 10 minutes ago before arriving for the circle. And really just allow yourself to be here and to arrive here. And yeah, with your drums as well. Just to welcome them and ready them for the space and for the evening. And so I've worked with these plant spirits here for myself, and I call on them and their energy to help clear away any of that stress from the day, to help me be here and present and focused. I thank them for their energy and for that gift that they bring. And for everybody else in the circle, for everybody else who's joining, for all of those who join on the video afterwards, because I do often get people who connect in via the video a few days later. This will continue to burn just in the corner here, just to continue to send those prayers out for you, for the whole circle, as we centre and ground here at the start. And so once again, as we drop from that busy brain from the day and we drop down into our hearts and into our bodies, let's just really send out that call to the earth beneath us, the earth that holds us, this cool earth that's readying itself for winter, the earth that's holding all of that energy and that potential, that energy around the roots of the trees, where the energy of the trees is retreating as we go through autumn, as they take their energies away from their branches and their leaves, and that energy goes down into the earth. Let's just really take that moment to honour and thank and give our love to the earth. In this season of autumn, to those wild winds of change that blow through, we honour the air, we honour the winds, we honour their cleansing. We honour that cleansing, that healing, as they help clear away the old, and as they help kind of bring us forward to the new. To all of the waters that have flown in the rains, that have fallen in the rains, that flow through the earth, that nourish the earth. that flow into the rivers and streams, and to those sacred wells. We honour all of you, to all of you sacred waters, and to the element of fire, as this evening marks this fire ceremony, the ceremony of Samhain. We honour those fires, those cleansing fires, those transformative fires, for their healing, for their energy, for their potential. We thank them for their energy this evening. And each of us that send a call out to all of our guides, healers, teachers and inspirers, all of those unseen spirit allies that work with us and work through us, that hold us and guide us and support us on this path. And particularly tonight we honour and acknowledge the ancestors. We honour those that have gone before us of our bloodlines, right back through the branches of the family trees, right back to all of those many points where they're connected, where all of us, wherever we're joining in from all around the world here this evening, where we connect in as family. As we sit here in this circle once again as family, we honour our collective ancestors. We honour the ancestors of the lands that we are on. We're an international circle here. The ancestors that have gone before, that have walked on the lands where we live now, who have connected with and honoured the spirits of the land, who have grown up building their relationship with the land around them. We honour them for their strength, for their wisdom. We honour their ways. And we honour the ancestors of our spiritual traditions and of our spiritual heritage, all of those who have passed on these teaching and these ways, all of the healers and seers and keepers of the ancient crafts who have passed them on in such a way that we can be here this evening, that while we cannot be together in space, physically in a room, we can still connect with each other and with the sacred. So to all of the ancestors, we honour you and welcome you in this circle. And so as we open this evening, to all of the spirits of the north and the east and the south and the west, we ask the circle to be blessed, and to the earth below and sky above, fill the circle with purest love. Blessed be. And as I say, finish with blessed be. If for you the way of ending your prayers is aho or amen or thanks or anything else, yeah, I see people already starting with the blessed be and aho. Do please end your sharing or end your comments or your prayers or whatever for yourself in your own way. Alright, so welcome everybody. There's a few more people who have joined in while we've been doing the opening. So we've got people joining in from the Midlands, people joining in from Greece, from Southport, from Newcastle, from Redhill, and back up, that was one we'd seen from France, and fantastic. So we're all here, the circle is open, and welcome to all of those who are just arriving and just finding it now. And as we call that circle open and then we call that connection, let's call with the drums as well. And this opening drumming we do often with unity, or as a focus of unity, to help us tune in as a circle, to help us connect in with that wider circle and feel it on this level. It's a very different experience, those of you who have commented saying it's your first evening on here, as being in a room together and we hear only our drum, or you hear maybe the recording and my drum, or the recording of my drum and your drum. But yes, to feel that connection still in the circle, despite the fact that we are spread by hundreds of miles and maybe more for others who are joining in on here. So we're going to have this round of drumming, this unity round of drumming, And not only for us, I'd like us also to connect in with those ancestors that we've called to. We invite them to be part of our circle. They are standing here behind us, behind our shoulders. So as we're here in this circle, all around, there are these circles and circles and circles around us of generations and generations of ancestors going back and before. And we call particularly to those ancestors who have got that love and strength to give to us here, who have got that love and strength and support for us in this circle. And we call on them and their love and their strength and their support. So this round of drumming for unity and connection as a circle and with the ancestors. And I'll begin a rhythm, join in at home. once again, just deepen that breath. Just as a way of bringing yourself back from the rounds of drumming. Deepen the breath down to your belly. And just release. Just breathe your energy and your awareness back into your fingertips and your toes. Just get a bit of movement in your body. Just let the breath bring you back. And let us know on the chat or with the bubbles that you're here. And for those on the Zoom, we can do the wave, the jazz hands as a... Yeah, fantastic. Can see you're all back there. How you doing? How was the round of drumming there for you in that? How are you feeling? What did the connecting in as a circle and connecting with the ancestors feel like to you? Welcome Jackie, who's just joined on from Pembrokeshire. Hey Nikki, just adding you on to the Zoom call. Fantastic. Yeah, let us know that you're back with I can't see you waving jazz hands on the Facebook Live, so you have to send up a thumb, a floating thumb to go up the screen, or a heart, or one of the other reactions. And yeah, let us know in the comments how that opening round felt like for you. Some people saying warm and welcoming, some saying really exhilarating, others describing it as much needed healing. Oh, getting big giant thumbs appearing on the screen as well. Others very healing. Yeah, I felt the connection with the ancestors, the holding of the circle, just kind of coming right at the start. Usually it's the connecting in as a circle is a thread that weaves in my feeling of it throughout that kind of first round of drumming, and there might be a point where I really feel the circle's connection. But the holding of the ancestors around the outside of the circle felt like that was right there at the start, which was really very special. And Debbie, just as you finished drumming, I heard a female owl screeching, which is fantastic. Owl is that messenger of the connected with the ancestors, often in kind of many ways of kind of the connotation, symbolism of the owl. How beautiful to hear that there, just as the drumming finishes as well. Others feeling lighter, others feeling a lot of healing, a lot of loving energy from that. Deep and vibrant. Fantastic. Fantastic. Yeah, it was a nice kind of a nice sense, you know, the connection of a circle, maybe something that takes over the whole round of drumming to kind of build up and send the threads in and around the whole circle around when we're doing it every fortnight. But that presence of the ancestors there is just a couple of drum beats away, and as soon as you start to connect in with it, there's that presence there. A number of people have commented on feeling the kind of a very, very strong healing energy in that. And absolutely, that kind of connecting in with the ancestors can be extremely healing. The kind of that energy that they have, of that loving energy that they have to hold us, which it kind of is something we can yield into, relax into, and yeah, and it helps with the releases that we're working with at the moment. This season of autumn, as the trees losing their leaves, we too naturally start to release and let go of that we need to let go of. No, fantastic. Thank you very much, everybody, for kind of your comments and your experience in that. Just kind of looking at the Zoom screen. Welcome, Nikki, just joined on the Zoom screen there. I saw that you were on the Facebook just a minute ago with your deceiving backdrop. I really thought last session a couple of weeks ago you were out somewhere in the woods and thought, wow, where's it as sunny as that at the moment? But it's a clever Zoom backdrop, and the the other exciting or fun thing that I've kind of got on the Zoom screen there, Tony, when you were drumming, the smoke rising from the incense there just looked like it was coming off your drum. It was brilliant to watch. Brilliant to watch. Very mystical. Just to catch a couple more comments. John Elliott's asked if they're doing the drumming every week. It's sort of every fortnight. It's going to be on the second Tuesday of the month and on the last Tuesday of the month. So just to kind of heads up for the dates for November, those are the 10th and the 24th. I'll say those again at the end or towards the end. But yeah, so that it's kind of the second Tuesday and the fourth Tuesday. Oh, that's fantastic. I'm really glad that the healing energy has already started to weave into this evening as we connect in with the ancestors. Before we go on to the next drumming, I just want to put out the note that if there is anybody who joins in the comment section offering amazing deals on Bitcoin or offering any kind of, for you to contact them for messenger readings or whatever, they'll tell you your fortune or whatever. Please be very wary that these are generally scams. These are pretty much always scams. If they appear on the comment section, please help out by reporting them, and they should stop. And then I can remove them afterwards. But yeah, just be wary of that, because as these drumming circles are getting more regular, it seems that ever so often we have something jump onto the comment section there. So just a little note about that. But fantastic. All right. Let's go for our next round of drumming then. Let's hold that healing energy and that energy connecting with the ancestors. And let's do the next round of drumming to honour and mark the season that we're in, the celebration of Samhain. And I want us just to start either in the chat or in the comment section. What does the Samhain symbolise for you? What does it mean for you? What is the kind of the medicine, the energy of it relate to for you? What's its significance? So there may be some people who don't know the kind of the name Samhain or the term Samhain. So just want to kind of gather as a group here the sense of what this celebration means for us. The first reply that I've got straight away is the meeting of the two worlds, and that I kind of I guess you're talking about there is that joining of this world and the other world, the veil between the two becoming thin. And that's why we associate it with the ancestors, because it's a time where we can pass on those messages of love to the ancestors and where we can hear their messages, their wisdom and their guidance, because that veil between the worlds is thin. People are talking about it's the end of the harvest season, and Samhain meaning that kind of end of summer. So we very much move into the dark half of the year, into the winter. And as people mention here, many consider it the Celtic New Year. Yeah, more on here as well, the beginning of the new Celtic year. We know from a lot of the old Roman texts, the ancient Roman texts, that the ancient Celts saw the days as starting with the nights, as going into the night and through to the day. And it's been kind of taken from that the year cycle would probably follow that way as well, that as we kind of go into the dark, that's the start of the year. So this celebration being a kind of a very key part of that, and this starting of the year. So yeah, honouring the ancestors and the Celtic New Year. Time to start looking within, absolutely, as we kind of connect in with the seasons and what's going on. It is that time, because it's getting dark and cold outside, that we start to go indoors more. And, on a personal level, on a kind of a psycho-spiritual level, we go within ourselves that little bit more. And as we start to turn inwards as we go towards the winter, we go into that space of introspection. And in honouring the ancestors, we acknowledge the kind of the part that death plays within all of the cycles of life, death, and rebirth, and it allows that space for reflection. And yeah, as we go into the winter, it's that time for rest. From the busy summers, we go in for that time for rest. And this is one of the things when I talk about Wheel of the Year and the importance of Wheel of the Year work and getting ourselves back into those cycles. In a sense, I think I've described it before as spiritual rewilding, is because as a society we've come so far away from those systems. We've come those natural cycles, and we've gone into a kind of a system that relies on or requires us to be in eternal summertime. That we're able to have the same amount of energy and work for the same hours throughout the day, and everything carries on at the same speed, and it doesn't allow these natural rises and falls in our energy and the need for rest that we come from the busy time of the year, and then need that quiet time, that time to go within a little bit more. And brilliant. So just a kind of a longer comment here, again echoing that point of the veil between the worlds becoming thin, so that connection with spirit becoming stronger. Good time of year to, when we talk about it as being a new year or starting to focus on the next cycle, it's a good time to work with any divination practices that we have, as to start to call on and connect with those messages from spirit in terms of guidance going forward. Beginning of the Celtic year, and as we go into the winter, thinking of the seeds that we want to plant next year. As we from the autumn, you've got all of the nuts on the trees, the seeds on the trees from the year that's been, those all fall down into the earth, and those go and get held into the earth and start to slowly germinate, and that energy is there then within the earth, within the ground. And that's a big part of what this journey into winter is on that level for us as well. It's about taking the things that from this year where we've kind of got to a point where we go, actually, yes, this is really kind of revealed itself as being important to me, or this is the direction I want to go with my life. And as we go into that winter's dream, we can start to build that vision for those, and that's that seed germinating, ready to then kind of burst through into new growth in the new year. And yeah, so that's in terms of this time of the year, but particularly with the celebration of Samhain, in that connection with all of those that have gone before, with their wisdom, with their strength, to be able to pass those messages to them and give those messages to them, and to be able to hear their wisdom and hear their messages. So this round of drumming that we're going to do now is for the celebration of Samhain, is in honour of the celebration of Samhain, for all of those things that we've described, for all of those things that we've just mentioned. So yeah, for Samhain. That's it, just bring yourself back with the breath. Once again, deepening your breath, maybe moving your position on your seat a little bit, just to help bring yourself back. That's it. Let us know on Facebook if you're back. Send up a bubble or pop something in the comments, just so we know you're here. It's important when we can't see each other doing it, just to have that way of communicating. I can see that there's a large number of people replying that they're here and back. Okay, fantastic. I can see replies, people feeling wonderful, feeling amazing. Heather, your comment came up just as we started drumming, but yeah, the crone energy related to this time. Great, people are letting me know they're back and present, whether it be through comments or whether it be through bubbles. How about with waves, with jazz hands? It is great to see all of the hands kind of waving there. Wonderful. How was that round of drumming for you? What was that feeling like, connecting in with the season of Samhain in that? So warm, surprisingly light and whimsical reminded me of crunching leaf piles. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. Well, light and warmth, this is also a fire celebration, as I mentioned in the opening at the start. This is a fire ceremony, you know, those fires of cleansing. You know, what we have kind of remaining is bonfire night, and the effigy of Guy Fawkes that we have connected with that, of him being over. You know, it's kind of what we have left over in modern times of the old fire ceremonies, where you'd have an effigy of the year past, something representing the year past and the things that you want to let go and get rid of. And for some reason, you know, Guy Fawkes stuck for a few hundred years afterwards. But there's no reason why in your Samhain fires this weekend, I guess, in your Samhain bonfires, that you can't, in your own way, create your own bundle of sticks or bits of paper with words and messages of the things that you're wanting to release and let go of. And yes, feel that lightness and that warmth from that letting go. Others commenting, energised, feeling fabulous. Yep, Jackie's there with the deep fire, fantastic. You might even hear the crackling of a charcoal disc in the background, because we're going to have some other incense going in just a moment for our next round of drumming. But yes, for that energy of fire, we've got the crackling charcoal in the corner. How about others? What was that drumming circle? How did that feel for you? I had quite a haunting vibration coming off my drum. It sounded as if somewhere that drum was also being played in sort of like a metal shed, and the metal shed was rattling, and that sound was coming from inside the drum. I don't know if anybody who's not drumming along but was kind of watching the video, there was kind of a couple of points where I'm trying to kind of work out where this sound is coming from, but it sounded like the drum was being played in another world, and I could hear the noise down a metal tube or something like that, for there's some strange vibration. A lovely possibility, that. Joining in with the drum circle in the other world, on the other side of the veil. That they're all there with their drums together as well. Alright, fantastic. So usually at this part of the evening we would move to doing our healing round. But we'll be doing something different tonight, with it being the Samhain drum circle and the honouring of the ancestors. Is we're going to have a round of drumming for named ancestors. And for those who have been in my drumming circles would know that what we would do at this time of the year, we would usually be outside around the fire. I would really have loved to been outside around the fire tonight, but rain didn't allow for us to get out there and set up all of this in the rain, even with an umbrella above it. But what we would usually do is we'd be around the fire and we would all name those ancestors that we just want to remember tonight, and there would be the kind of the reply of may they be remembered. And so our round of drumming tonight is in honouring of all of those ancestors of ours that have passed over, all of those family members, and you know, those friends and loved ones that aren't our family. They're also there in our ancestors because of how they've inspired us in life. We'll just have a round to name them. And what I've got in the corner here, rather than having the fire going, I've lit the charcoal, and rather than putting the incense onto the fire as we name those ancestors, I'm going to pop the Star Child's very best Samhain incense onto the charcoal there. Just so those messages in honouring of those ancestors can be carried up with a blend that's particularly dedicated to this season and this celebration. And what I invite you to do is, as we would normally do for people with putting in a healing round, is in the chat or in the comment section is just to pop the names or initials of those loved ones in spirit that we want to honour. And particularly because of, as we have done earlier on in the year, with those who have passed recently and those who are kind of close to that point on the crossing to the other world, to the summer lands. I'm going to sing the Carolyn Hillier's song Bone, the Heron Fly You Home, and I'll sing that through a few times to just allow everybody just to pop any names that you wanted to put into the circle, any ancestors that you wanted to put in the circle, and we'll give a round of drumming particularly to honour all of those named ancestors and any others that we bring in there. So I'm just popping the incense and the charcoal slightly off camera so you can't see it, but you'll see the room filling with smoke shortly. And in honour of all of those that have recently passed or are making their journey to the summer lands, I sing the song. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return. Heron, fly you home. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return. Heron, fly you home. Buzzard, call you back to the wild lands, heron, fly you home. Journey to the soul of of your own lands, where the mothers wait for your return. Heron, fly you home. Heron, fly you home. Heron, fly you home. So that song and prayer, that call to the spirit of the heron, for all of those recently passed and all those who are making their journeys to the summer land, as we honour you in this round of drumming, and as we honour all of those that have been named. I haven't been keeping an eye on the names as they've gone on, but thank you everybody who have named those ancestors, those people that have either raised us or inspired us, that have been important there in our lives. They may be parents, they may be grandparents, they may be uncles, they may be siblings. This round of drumming, we drum together in honour of them. And the prayer that we send with it is, may they be remembered. So may they be remembered, may those prayers of love be felt across the other side of the veil. And may that love and strength of the drum support those on that journey who are recently or soon making that journey. And may the drum beat also wrap around any and all of us in this circle, because for all of those names that we have put forward in that space there is that loss. There is a loss there for us in the circle. So may that rhythm of the drum, that beat of the drum, be there as a hug for each and every one of us in the circle here. And once again, as we come back from that round of drumming, just breathe ourselves back into our body. Breathe a little bit deeper down into ourselves. Move our position just to feel a little bit more in our body. Just bring ourselves back to this space. And just keep bringing yourself back with the breath, deepening that rhythm of your breath, the rhythm of your breathing. And as usual, let us know when you're back. I'm going to try and pop the details for that song, the Heron song, which is by Carolyn Hillier. Heron, Fly You Home. I'm just going to pop that try and get that into the comment section on Facebook if I can do it, and I'll pop it into the chat as well. Oh yeah, I can see a screen of me leaning over to try and find the comments box. There we go. Just pop that in there. And pop that in here as well. So how are you feeling? How are you doing following that round of drumming? How was that one for you? Let's kind of just check in together. Yeah, love to the ancestors. Feeling good. It is a very soulful lament. It's a very, very profound song for its purpose, for that. Whether that's the intended purpose, I've always, through connecting with that song and when I've heard it from others, it's been in honouring those passing over. Yeah, Julia feeling the mellow. Others, yeah, deep soul connection, soulful. Feeling very loved and loving. Yeah. Important at this time to really to have that feeling of that connection with the ancestors. You know, people who have worked with me on workshops or events or groups or anything will know that my common point is that, you know, with the sickness of society is disconnection, and this disconnection to the cycles of nature, as I talk about on here, disconnections to the sacred, disconnections from one another. But yeah, that connection with the ancestors, that, yeah, a lot of people writing that on there now. That connection with the ancestors again being so important. You know, with that connection with the generations that have gone before, and therefore we have that connection with those generations to come. And, you know, we bring that into our mindset and into our perspective, into our decision making. So very important to have that connection with those that have gone before us. To remember those that have gone before us. Yeah, peaceful and healing. Great. Okay. Any more comments from people on Facebook? I think I've just only had a few comments back on there. I just want to know that everybody's back. If you're not up for writing something, do send up a bubble. Just it gives me a sense of who's back. And if you're still making your way back, just do all of those things like deepening your breath, just moving your body, looking around the room at something that you can focus your attention on. when we've gone very deep within ourselves, to bring ourselves back into this space. It's good to find something nice in the room just to look at. I can't quite see much in mine. I'm still swimming in smoke. I'm quite aware if we're going to finish on this song and this chant, it is one that I'm going to be able to need my voice for. And yeah, it's a bit smoky in here. We'll see how we get on with it. Others writing here, feeling very loved, feeling the connection with the ancestors, feeling very grounded, and feeling the tremor of the one earth heartbeat and the echo from above. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. The others peaceful and healing, and others just letting us know that they're back with hearts and bubbles. Fantastic. Okay, so in our circle earlier this month, again as we were approaching now and approaching this celebration, we finished the circle on the chant, we are tomorrow's ancestors, the future of yesterday, for what we are in the here and now goes rippling out always. And yeah, that point, we are tomorrow's ancestors, kind of links to what, you know, just came to me a minute ago to say, of the connection to the ancestors that have gone before, also brings in that connection to the descendants going ahead from us. That connection to the ancestors is kind of, and the descendants, the 7 generations before and the 7 generations to come, as in a number of Native American traditional teachings, in terms of the way that they focus their decision making is how it impacts the generations to come. The song we're going to end on tonight is also about that connection to the ancestors, and it's oh, Nikki, I'll pop it in the comments on Facebook afterwards. You've asked for those words from the chant earlier on. I won't confuse things, so I'm going to pop the words for the chant that we're going to do now in there, which is, as some of you may know, Cauldron of Changes. Yeah, people know that one? Give us a wave if you know that one. So I get a bit of an idea. Okay, so a couple of people on the screen there. Throw up some hearts and thumbs if you know it. I'll pop the words in to the chat. It's by Lindy Lila. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. So that's the chant we're going to sing tonight, and it's a little bit of a higher energy one. We're going to be calling on that fire of the Samhain fires, that fire spirit, that fire energy. And we'll end with that rising up within us for this chant. Possibly try a different beater. Yeah, give that a go. And just have a little bit of a drink before I sing in the smoky room. For this one here, for us to finish our Samhain drumming evening. This evening of honouring the ancestors with the song Cauldron of Changes. And I'll begin with the song and I'll join in with the drumming after a go round with it, and or a couple of goes round with it maybe. And yeah, we'll keep going for a little while. How's that? Okay. So, Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Cauldron of changes, feather on the bone, arc of eternity, ring around the stone. We are the old people, we are the new people, we are the same people, wiser than before. Hey, so thank you everybody for joining on this evening, and I'd send out the thanks as the vibrations of the drums on this wide circle carry out and around and beyond. We send those prayers of thanks to the spirit of Samhain, the spirit of the season for now, and to the ancestors for their presence, for their coming close, for their holding us this evening, for the connection they've had with us, for the love and strength that we felt being held by the circle of our ancestors. May we continue in the coming days, in the coming weeks, around this season, around this time of the thin veil. May we continue to be held by their strength. May we continue to hold that connection, and may we continue to open our ears to their wisdom and their messages and their guidance. To the spirit of the season, to this land as we move through into autumn, as we move through into the time of the dark. We honour that dark, we honour that journey within. We honour those fires of cleansing. We honour this season of healing and letting go. To all of those guides and healers and teachers and inspirers, all of those unseen energies that have weaved their magic in and throughout everything that we've felt this evening and in this circle together. And for all those who join afterwards and connect in with us at a later date. May we carry that May we carry that healing and grounding that we've had this evening. May we carry that connection with the ancestors, as I say, into the coming days and weeks. As we journey forward into the autumn, as we journey into this season of the dark, as we journey into this season as we go within, we give our thanks and gratitude to you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blessed be. And yeah, thank you very much everybody who's joined on the circle tonight. Really, really lovely. I've tried to keep up with comments as I've gone along. If there's any kind of comments or questions that I've missed as I've gone along, I'll see if I can get onto them afterwards and catch them afterwards. But do please feel free to get in touch. Easiest on the Facebook page or by email. If there's anything you wanted to get in touch about. But yes, really, really lovely to join you again. The next ones, the two for next month, will be on November the 10th and on November the 24th. Those are the dates for the next online drumming circles. And as usual on the Facebook blurb, I've popped all of the links to other online things that I'm doing at the moment, so you're able to find out about those. What's really helpful for me at the moment is where all of my work is moving online. If you can help by sharing any of those links with people or posting any of them on any of the groups that you're in or anything like that, just to help share those out and around. And as always, there's also the PayPal me link. So if people are, I get a couple of people asking about that after the circle, and that's in the blurb. If anybody's wanting to put a donation or contribution in for this evening on top of the Facebook Live video. So really, really lovely to join you again this evening. Thank you all so much. And yeah, I look forward to connecting with you again in, I think it is a couple of weeks, this next one. So yeah, see you all again in a couple of weeks' time. And for the rest of this week, have a blessed Samhain with all the other ways that you connect in with it. Take care all.